it is time for the regular stop by. Best Bell Bonds brings them to you. He's here right now, head coach of your Dallas Cowboys, Mike McCarthy. Good morning, Coach. How's your Friday morning going?
It's going well. Happy holidays. Good morning.
Good. Thank you very much, Coach. We appreciate and to you and yours the very same. We were just talking about this week. It's been it's one of two questions, Coach. You can tee them up however you like. Your rush defense is suspect, and you can't win on the road. Which one are you more tired of?
I mean, it's part of the NFL season. I mean, it's you're always working on something. I mean, that's the beauty of this game. So, not really tired of any of them. I'm just looking forward to the challenge and how you're able to grow week in and week out and basically get ready for the next challenge. I mean, this is definitely a different team than we played in the last one. Obviously playing in a totally different climate, so we'll have a great opportunity to get a good road win.
Yeah, yesterday I heard you talk, Coach, about the peaks and valleys of the season and how the peaks have been extraordinary and the valleys haven't been so much. And it's the EKG of a season and being blessed with adversity. And you can find some things in there. Certainly you learn a lot coming out of these things. Tell us about Dak's role as kind of the leader of the team. And he's always been that kind of solid, straight line, no up, no down kind of a guy. How much has that been tested on him this week?
Oh, I think it's him and the whole leadership group. Those guys, I think we have excellent leadership in our locker room, and this is the time where, leading by example is emphasized, and and he, just like you've already stated, he does a great job of it. I think these seasons are always challenging. It's you're going to have adversity. It's just a matter of how much and when, and most importantly, how do you advance through it? And it's something we spend a lot of time going all the way back to the off-season program. So these are the moments that you prepare for, and you really look forward to lacing them up and competing.
Coach, morning. You talked a couple of times this season about sustaining success and the difficulty you've had and finding that even more difficult at times than rebounding from a loss. And Dak was talking about last week feeling similar to San Francisco in the lead up, and they just lost the juice as it came into the game. Is that kind of part of the thing you're dealing with when you talk about sustaining success?
Yeah, I think sustaining success is a bigger picture, focal point. That I think it's, I just can go off my own personal experience. I think it's more difficult to go to the playoffs 8 years in a row than it is to win one Super Bowl, because you've seen teams get hot at the end of a season and take that run into a Super Bowl victory. So, but to do it week in and week out over a long period of time, so that's really my message about sustaining success. But I think in a season, game to game, it's more specific. There's more things you're dealing with. I mean, let's be honest. There's a lot of time and energy spent on injury reports and how important that information is, and that's real. So how do you adjust to that? That's part of the adversity advancement that we're talking about. So you got to overcome all the elements of your own team and their team too. So we kind of ran into one there in Buffalo.
Hey, Coach, you ever seen a team as fast as Miami is?
Definitely not on paper, but and on video. They're impressive. Speed in their offensive perimeter group. The only team I can compare them to is the greatest show on turf. But because they had 5 perimeter players that can all hurt you. Back in the early 2000s.
Coach, I'm a basketball guy. We used to play against teams that would press and go at you. We'd have 7 guys on the court, to work on that kind of defense. When you get ready to play an offense like that, how do you prepare? Because not only do they offer the speed, but they have the same kind of motion concepts that you see against San Francisco. Does it feel like San Francisco or something on steroids or forgive the term, the PED kind of thing? But does it feel different with that kind of speed?
I mean, speed is definitely there. That makes them different. But yeah, there's definitely some carryover from San Francisco.
Now, Coach, does that speed in terms become even faster when you talk about how quickly Tua gets rid of the ball? So you're not only dealing with the speed of the players, but then the speed of which the ball comes out of the quarterback's hands?
Definitely. I mean, I think a big part of him playing so fast is who he's throwing it to. So, and that obviously serves well in the protection plan. So, yes, I mean, he's playing at a very high level. I mean, his production numbers speak for themselves, but his ability to get the ball out that fast and to play within the time clock of these guys is, it's unique.
That's Mike McCarthy, head coach of your Dallas Cowboys. He's brought to you every week by AA Best Bail Bonds. Coach, I've heard you talk on a couple of occasions about, the signpost parts of the season, and 11 wins is certainly one of those numbers that you look at, and you talk about evaluating after you reach the 11. If, in fact, you reach the 11 in the next 2 weeks, what does that mean for your team? And you said evaluating. Are you looking at playoff matchups, health of guys? Is it all kind of rolled into that at 11? I'm trying to figure out where you go from there.
Yeah, I mean the 11 win focus is really just to keep everybody on point, to focus on the current win, and really, if I never said the word evaluate.
Oh, okay.
What I said, 11 wins gives you clear perspective on what you need to do. 11 wins will get you in the playoffs in today's NFL, and then it gives you clarity on what you need to do there at the end stretch. So that's really why. And I know we have to have the conversations because all these narratives everybody wants to talk about, it's part of our job, but it doesn't do us any good talking about it. I mean, it's just really, it's a waste of energy. So it's just more of a focal point. And that's the reality. Until we get to 11 wins, the clarity on exactly what we need to do to remainder the season, it'll give us a clean perspective.
What did the clarity of the getting into the playoffs last week give you?
Well, frankly, I didn't even know about it till I think I got to the press conference. So that shows you how much we were really.
Coach, that's the second time I've heard that. Y'all really didn't know that Atlanta had gone down?
No, I mean, you're playing in a late game. I mean, so.
Yeah. No, I just found that interesting. I think it's really cool to keep your head down like that. And was that the mentality to get to 11? Keep your head down. Don't matter at 11 o'clock. We'll put our head above water and see where everybody is.
Yeah, I think that's the best utilization of energy that you can have when you just worry about yourself.
When you look at Miami's defense, what makes them different this year over the past?
I'd say, well, obviously different scheme. So and I think Vic now has them, playing, to his standard. There's some similarities of how he's played before, but the front is extremely talented and active. Got outstanding corners. So this will be an excellent challenge for our offense.
Coach, there's a lot of talk about injuries every week with you, but talk about some of the positives of the injuries. Like last week, Tony Pollard saying his feeling was night and day from week 1. And how important is it for him to be feeling as good as he's feeling getting into this later part of the season as y'all get ready for a postseason run?
Well, I mean, health is probably, one of the top 2 things that's most important for your football team, maybe the most important. So yeah, I mean, I think that's clearly, how we try to, put together our training plan each and every week. It's only for what's in front of us this week, but also what's in front of us the remainder of the season. So I mean, that's always been the approach, and I think we do a good job of that, and just try to pour as much time and resources into the recovery of our players, because at the end of the day, it's a healthy team gives you the best chance to win.
That's head coach Mike McCarthy here on San Antonio Sports Star. I heard you mention about hoping for some Christmas spirit in the aid of the tackling. What do you do when you have a game like that? Is it reinforced, or we all know we're professionals. We need to tackle and wrap up and that kind of stuff. Do you focus on it, or you joke about it like you did and just say, we were pros, go do your job?
No, we focus on
you
it.
Do?
We have a segment. Yeah, we have a segment every week in our Thursday, team meeting about, the fundamentals. Our fundamentals, our Cowboy 6, we refer to them as, and tackling is obviously one of them. So obviously that was highlighted yesterday, and you always, we have adversity advancement segments that we do on Saturdays. So we're always, showing video and showing situations, and it's all part of understanding, knowing the situations of football, but you just keep sharpening your, stay sharp in that area. And I think it's all part of the education and growth of your football team, year in and year out.
What was the Cowboys 6? Excuse me?
The 6 fundamentals of football, ball security, tackling, blocking, pursuit, cover and finish, pre-snap mannerisms, and big play production.
Is there anything in particular you have to do to get ready for such an inverse climate condition from one week to the next? And last week, the cold and the rain, and then this week you've got the heat and the humidity.
Well, I think this week is a the challenge that's closer to the climate we practice in. So, I knew last week was going to be different. And frankly, I thought we caught a break up there.
You did,
because the rain really didn't come until the second half. So, I don't think the climate's going to be an issue. Shouldn't have been an issue last week either.
How you feeling, Coach?
Feeling good.
I lost my
Got the
appendix.
Christmas spirit.
I had the same thing I went through that you did a couple weeks back. It took me 3 weeks before I felt normal again. I'm just you're a stronger man than I am. I'm just reflecting on the fact that you did what you did, Coach. Hats off, man. That was a really remarkable thing to watch you do. And for those that haven't gone through it, that was, man, I don't know how you found the energy. It was really really impressive thing. I mean that from the bottom. I don't know how you managed to do it.
Well, thank you.
Congratulate you on all the other stuff too, man. That must not have been easy. And you chased the 11, Coach. You're almost there. And congratulations on getting this far. We know there's a lot more work to do, but there has to be a little bit of flowers given. Congratulations on making the playoffs. That was obviously a goal that has been attained. Now there's more to do. And thanks for stopping by this week. We wish you a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you next week.
You bet. Thank you, man. Happy holidays once again.
Head coach Mike McCarthy of the Dallas Cowboys. He's always on our Buyers Barricade guest line, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds.
Best present would be to unwrap a win on Sunday,
that would
right?
Be the easiest and best one. You don't even wrap it. Just put it in a gift bag and pull that freight paper off the top.